The biggest dangers of options trading. David Jaffe with BestStockStrategy.com, and in this video we're going to discuss the biggest dangers that options traders face. And by far the biggest danger is trading too large. What happens when you trade too large is that you are going to end up losing money in situations where other people will end up making money. So for example, if you end up trading too large and you run out of buying power, then your broker can force you to close out the position, only to then see that same position rebound shortly thereafter. As a result, what will happen is, whereas other people will end up profiting from that position, you will end up having to close that position for a loss. This is by far the biggest risk. And because many people end up winning about 95 to 98% of their trades when they sell option premium, it is very common for people to get complacent, to become more aggressive, and then also to increase the number of contracts that they sell. They're not okay with making 3 to 3.5% a month. So instead, they trade too large. They try to make 5 to 8% every single month. And then when you have a volatility expansion event, where the VIX increases from like 15 to 30, then those people end up having to close their positions for a loss. So the best thing that you can do is make sure that you leave adequate buying power. If you are trading naked options, then you can use around 50% of your account. If you're trading spreads, then you can use about 75% of your account, because you're not going to have to deal with the volatility expansion event when you're trading spreads. And that's by far the biggest risk of trading options. It's making sure that you have adequate buying power so that you can deal with volatility expansion, so that you're not forced to close out positions for a loss. Because when you trade options, your biggest enemy is not necessarily where your strike price is relative to the current market price of the stock. Rather, your biggest enemy is going to be volatility expansion and having the VIX increase by 50% in one day, which is not uncommon. The VIX expands by 30 to 50% a few times a year. So that's the biggest thing that you have to be concerned about. Remember that a life with less suffering is better than a life with the greatest joys. As a result, your goal should always be to minimize pain. And by trying to earn 5 to 10% every single month, you are taking way too much risk and you're increasing your portfolio volatility. You're much better off trying to earn around 3% a month, minimizing portfolio volatility and reducing the amount of stress that you have in your life, while also being consistently profitable and not dealing with large profit swings. David Jaffe with BestStockStrategy.com. And remember, this is a very simple video, but the biggest risk that options traders take is that they trade too large and they trade too many contracts. Make sure that that's not you. All right? Thank you so much.